Welcome to Wrestling Over Everything, everybody. We are a very funny wrestling podcast out of Central Valley of California. I'm Andrew. That's Dusty.
Hey.
I didn't have a lot of enthusiasm on that when I did it last week, I didn't have it a lot this week, but it was better than last week. So next week, I'm really going to try to bring it, I think.
Okay. You're anticipating having the energy to bring it.
I was halfway through it and remembered, damn it, I listened to my last one and hated it, and I'm doing it again. But subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the bell, all that stuff. Give us a comment, like it, whichever combination of those things you feel like doing or are willing to do. Please do those. Follow us on your favorite podcast app. Follow us on TikTok and on Blue Sky. Don't ask about my mustache. I had a zit.
Hey, Andrew, what's up with that mustache?
I'm glad you asked. Actually, I got a cold sore. And so you want to hide the cold sore,
right? The devil's revenge, sure.
Yeah. So yeah. Jesus Christ, dude, I am paying for something. I can tell you that. So I got a cold sore, didn't shave. Plus, you don't want to shave over the cold sore.
No. Yeah.
And then as soon as the cold sore went away, I was like, oh, thank God, I can get rid of this mustache. I got to go do an open mic. Fat zit under the mustache. I'm 35 years old, Dusty. I shouldn't be getting zits. I'm past my zit prime.
Are you sure it's not an ingrown hair? It's not an irritant.
No, it's a zit. It's a zit for sure. Yeah. I think it might be gone now, so I might be able to shave it. I haven't looked today, but yeah, that's the deal.
You don't want to get discovered with a mustache because then you got to keep the mustache. That's tough.
Yeah, I don't want to be a mustache guy.
Yeah, there's
that's
a lot of
Foxworthy's thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of legwork that goes into being a mustache guy.
I've been dipping back into Foxworthy, by the way. Watched an Engvall bit the other day.
And?
Nah, man. It's about him accidentally smoking weed. Well, no, he gets prescribed weed, and he goes through the whole saga of buying weed and like smoking weed and all these things. And it's the Bill Engvalliest bit of all time. Like he does
here's your peace sign.
He might as well do that because he does an impression of like the hippie guy working at the dispensary, and he calls him like Star Child or something. I can't remember, but it is like, I get why old whites love him.
Sure.
Like if you're 65 and you don't really like hearing the F word very often, you're going to love this bit. There's a couple of like really hacky things he does, but I mean, he's Bill Engvall.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, look, far be it for me, not successful blue collar comedian, to say anything about Bill Engvall, who's I might think he's a hack, but he's laughing at me from his mansion. So,
dude.
You know,
piles of money.
Yeah. Do you know, and this is not like a widely Easter egg kind of thing, but do you know who played his daughter on the Bill Engvall show?
No.
Extraordinarily famous Jennifer Lawrence. I think it might be her first credit or one of her first credits. Dude. But that was going around TikTok or Facebook a while back, just like clips of her where it's like, hey, here's what a lot of people at one point thought might be our most talented current actress on the Bill Engvall show, just
That's
being
funny.
The teenage daughter. So
I do like J-Law. I'm a J-Law guy.
Yeah, I think people want to hate. I was reading about the bean soup theory. Have you heard about this?
No, Dusty, I haven't heard about the bean soup theory.
All right. So it goes dead man's theory, and then it goes bean soup theory. It's this phenomenon of the internet.
Phenomenon.
Yeah, phenomenon.
Sorry.
Where like say I got on and I was talking about wrestling, and I go, man, Stone Cold Steve Austin, one of the best wrestlers ever, one of my favorites. And somebody comments underneath it, wrestling's stupid, I don't even like wrestling. And then it's like, well, why'd you come here to comment on that? If you knew it was about wrestling, it's the same thing as if I were making a video about how to make bean soup and someone commented under, gross, I hate bean soup.
Yeah.
Goes, well, why are you here? This isn't for you. There's no need to come in to just bring it down for no reason. And that's, mostly what the internet is.
Yeah.
Like 90% of the internet. So,
so the theory is that the internet is people seeking out things to shit on.
Yeah. Just the idea that like,
I feel like that's a law.
Yeah. That's not, like an earnest engagement. It's just negativity for negativity's sake, or like being surprised that you clicked on the bean soup TikTok and then you're like, why would someone make this? Why would someone make this? I don't like this, therefore it shouldn't exist. Yeah. So
I mean I subscribe. An earnest engagement, know what I mean? But today we are not here to talk about bean soup or J Law or mustaches or cold sores, are we, Dusty?
Or being Bill Engvall, but we are here to talk about a famous comedian. We will be talking about one.
There is a famous comedian on this. We are here to watch the final Royal Rumble before 9/11. That's what it's coined, I believe. That's what they put on that's what they put on the poster. It was really weird.
They were getting the memos from national security. For some reason, Vince was on the clearance. He was like,
Bush is like, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, 19 hijackers.
They're blowing our spot.
They're going to strip clubs all the time. So yes, a more innocent time. This is we're going to discuss Royal Rumble 2001. That is pretty generally on the list of best Royal Rumbles of all time. I have some criteria that this one hits for what makes a Royal Rumble good, and this one kind of hits all the spots for me. But we're also kind of talking about a golden age, Andrew. The end of 2000 into 2001, the WWF on a hot streak. Like, they could almost do no wrong. Like,
honestly, dude, America.
Yeah.
On a hot streak.
We
were doing great.
We were hitting threes from the half court line as far as everything went. And
we were letting that leg dangle. We were doing great, dude.
Nothing was ever going to change. So in the end of 1999, and take it back to the end of 1999.
All right.
At Survivor Series of 1999, it's supposed to be a triple threat between Steve Austin, Triple H, and The Rock for the WWF Championship.
Quite a bill.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
In the parking lot, wouldn't you know it, some motherfucker runs down Stone Cold Steve Austin with his car. And Austin takes a pretty good bump off of the hood of this car. It looked pretty good. But this, of course, is to cover the fact that Steve Austin needs to have neck surgery. The Golden Goose has a broken neck, and he's got to go away. So they build in this mystery. Who attacked Steve Austin and ran him down in cold blood outside the Joe Louis Arena? But hey, we still got to have a main event. So the show goes on in spite of the fact Steve Austin's been ran over by a car.
So it's just a double threat. It's just the Rock and Triple H.
They put in the Big Show. And the Big Show,
dude, how good is the Well? By the way, we talked about this before, but like in this particular match, when the Big Show pops up, it's just one of the best. It's one of the best beginnings to an intro.
That guy reached into the abyss and pulled something back with that well. He
found magic, bro. Yeah.
So Austin's out. The year 2000, Steve Austin is almost out the entire year. So that is the rise of Triple H and The Rock as the two main guys. And this is 2000 is The Rock's big year. He wins the Royal Rumble. He wins the WWF title a couple of times. At the same time, the WWF acquires the Radicals. So you got Benoit, Guerrero, Saturn, Malenko, and Kurt Angle is in his first year in the WWF and almost immediately catches fire. And so you've got all these guys in the mix in 2000. 2000's a really great year for the WWF in spite of the fact that Austin is out.
You haven't mentioned Mr. Too Hottie.
You got Rikishi. You got Grandmaster Sexay. You got Scotty Too Hottie.
I appreciate that.
You've got a bustling mid-card, which we'll talk about on this show. But and at the top, you've successfully, in the aggregate, not replaced Steve Austin like Moneyball, but things didn't collapse, and you've got three new main event stars, plus the Undertaker, Kane still around. You got a lot of guys in the mix.
Yeah, it's a couple moments during this, it's like you forget what kind of star power they had for a little bit. You know, like yeah, when we'll get to certain things are happening, I'm like, holy shit! Imagine being in the building for something like this.
There's another guy.
Yeah.
So Austin returns at the end of, I believe, September. I believe he's on the October show, but they're doing the mystery. Now, of everyone, this is a who shot Mr. Burns situation. Out of everyone that could have ran down Steve Austin, The Rock out of jealousy, Triple H out of jealousy and malice, Mr. McMahon because he hates Stone Cold's guts, they go with Rikishi, the mid-card comedy act who's got his ass out all the time, just fun-loving Rikishi decided to commit an act of vehicular manslaughter on Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I gotta admit, man, and back in 2000 and all those years back then, the Sting face was cool, right?
Yes, I mean, Rikishi's crazy over.
If
before he tries to kill Steve Austin,
seeing the Sting face now, it's tough, man.
Yeah,
it's tough. That's a big ass. Like that is a massive. There's no way he's cleaning that whole thing ass unless they have like. They take him to the local zoo, and whoever cleans the elephant's ass has to clean the Rikishi's ass, whichever city they're in.
They need a stall. Like you need there's a lot of hangers on to help make sure Rikishi's ass is pristine,
You have to.
Yeah.
Because his ass has a lot of hangers on.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Of course it's Rikishi. Why wouldn't it be Rikishi? So now we got Bad Kishi. And he did it famously. He cuts a promo where he says, I did it for The Rock. I did it for the people. And then it turns out that it's Triple H. Because they were like, well, this Rikishi thing's not working. We need to transfer it. So they transfer it to Triple H.
What do you mean they transfer it to Triple H? They say, never mind, it was Triple H all along?
No, that Triple H, because he's the game, you see, he pulled the strings. He's the mastermind. Rikishi's just the wheelman. The brains of the operation is Triple H.
It is all about the game.
And how you play it. By the way, I saw a TikTok the other day of just Motorhead's performance from WrestleMania 17. Super badass. Lemmy doesn't know any of the words to this song. He just keeps going, it's all about the game. It's all about the
game. Game it. Oh, yeah. Game.
But it doesn't
his
matter.
Microphone gets higher every time I watch that too.
It does, but it doesn't matter because Lemmy's badass. So
he is pretty badass. Did you hear that James Hetfield got Lemmy's blood or Lemmy's ashes tattooed into him?
I did not hear that. That does not surprise me.
So like they sent out Lemmy's ashes in like bullets to a lot of his friends.
Of course, yeah.
I think it was in bullets. That one I'm not sure about. But James Hetfield got a spade tattooed on like one of his fingers with the ashes in it. That's kind of rad.
Yeah, I mean that
very James Hetfield.
That's pretty metal. As it would turn out.
I don't know if I want my friend like. And I know this is gonna I'm not gonna say inside me. I'm not gonna say inside me.
Sure,
but you know what I mean. I don't know if I want my friend to be part of my body. You know.
Yeah, I have questions about the sanitation for that, but I imagine James Hetfield isn't that concerned.
Plus, when I hear when you get cremated, like it's not all your ashes. They can't clean. They can't possibly clean all those ashes up.
Right. Well, there's no way to know. They can't just be like, no, those don't seem like Lemmy's ashes.
What if he accidentally got like Scott Weiland in him?
Yeah, these ashes seem like they would collect Nazi memorabilia. Yeah. These ashes don't seem like that. Okay, so Austin's back. At the same time, Kurt Angle wins the WWF Championship. Basically 1 year into his run in the WWF, he beats The Rock to become WWF champion.
God damn it, I love Kurt Angle.
And he's great. Like, he has an incredible run in the first year of his career. Like, he wins the IC title, the European title, he main events SummerSlam, he wins the world title, he main events a couple of pay-per-views. Like, he's in. And so we've got all of this buildup leading to the Royal Rumble. And we only covered or we're only covering the actual Royal Rumble match, not the entire show. But this show took place January 21st, 2001. It's from the New Orleans Arena, so not the the Superdome, in New Orleans, Louisiana. 17,137 people and a buy rate of 625,000. That is a huge buy rate for the Royal Rumble.
Pretty big.
Um,
Pretty big numbies.
This is what they were doing. Like in December, the Armageddon pay-per-view, which has an insane main event. It's like a 6-way Hell in a Cell with The Undertaker, Kurt Angle, Steve Austin, The Rock, Rikishi, and Kane, probably. That did 465,000 buys. And then the month after, which is just a No Way Out pay-per-view, which is The Rock versus Kurt Angle, does 590. And then at the end, we'll talk about WrestleMania 17, because this is all
it's like
the lead up to WrestleMania 17. Like, they could do no wrong. They had so many players on the field.
We do have to give Vince Russo just a little bit, I think.
I know he's gone. Russo.
I know he's gone.
No, he's been gone a while. We can't give him any credit.
But he invented this shit. Like, he invented this fucking trash TV wrestling that still percolated in 2001. I know he went to WCW at this point. Was WCW done? Yeah, it's done.
They're winding down.
Okay, I know he's in the middle of ruining WCW at this point.
He has long ruined WCW. He's all the way out.
He's out of WCW. Okay,
he's out of WCW. He's out of WCW. He has not yet begun to poison TNA because it doesn't exist yet. So I will continue to give very little credit to Vince Russo. But this show, I watched the undercard. The undercard's pretty fun, man. I don't know if you peeked any of that because you didn't have to, but
I didn't because I don't have Netflix.
Okay. The Dudley Boys beat Edge and Christian for the tag team titles in the opening match, which is pretty fun. Chris Jericho beat Chris Benoit in a ladder match for the Intercontinental title. Couple rough spots in here. Chris Benoit gets a chair directly in the face. He's trying to do a suicide dive, and then gets chair shotted right in the head.
That guy always hit his noggin. He hit his noggin quite a bit. His finishing move was hitting his noggin.
But this is still maybe the greatest singles ladder match of all time. Like, this match was still great upon rewatch, even with all the baggage, as a standalone piece of art.
Better than Hall and our guy.
Well, this might be the best one since that one.
Okay.
Since Shawn and Razor, just for one-on-one. But Ivory defeated Chyna, so you missed that, unfortunately, for the women's title.
I'm sure that was riveting. It was 3.5 minutes long. How's Ivory beating Chyna? What's going on here?
Well, the Right to Censor, which are all over this show, they on television, I believe it was, did a spike pile driver on Chyna and messed her neck up. And I know how you hate the spike pile driver, but
it's a stupid move.
They Val Venus pile drove Chyna into oblivion, and then there's in the interview or in the
not my Val Boski, bro. He'd never do that.
In the video package, there's an interview with Chyna where she's like, I have 3 herniated discs, so my one option is to do surgery and never wrestle again, and then the other option is I have to rehab my neck and then also still never wrestle again. I was like, oh, well, you could have just went with
probably just go straight to that.
Yeah, why would you offer a second option that is also still retiring? But she decides, of course, to come back, and then in this match, she does like a handspring into the corner. She's kicking Ivory's ass, and she does a handspring into the corner and like whiplashes her neck, and then like falls down. And sells that like she snapped her neck.
Ivory just basically pins her, and
Ivory falls on her and pins her, and then they do they do the stretcher job. They do a whole thing. It takes like 5 minutes to get Chyna out of this ring because they're really trying to build sympathy for China as this baby face to beat up this small woman that she like, so that's the real stinker on this. And then Kurt Angle beat Triple H for the WWF title to retain it in 24 minutes. And this is your big soap opera because Kurt Angle's with Trish. Trish is trying to seduce Kurt Angle, but Kurt likes Stephanie, and Triple H hates Kurt Angle, and Stephanie hates Trish because Trish is actually having an affair with Vince. And Vince has sedated his wife and put her in a mental institution in the meantime. And so it's like
USA, USA.
Look,
USA.
We were unburdened by sadness at this point. We could do
That's
anything.
what I'm saying, dude. 9/11 just completely took these storylines away from us.
Yeah, it was too silly. We were flying too close to the sun in early 2000. It's a really good storyline actually, and this match was pretty good. And then we get to the Royal Rumble. So. How does the video on YouTube start? Does it just start with Jeff Hardy coming out?
It starts basically with Jeff Hardy, yeah.
Okay, because there's a video package before this that was pretty good. This is back in the like golden age of the video packages too, where it's like 30 men, all vying for one prize, and who's going to do it? And it's all cut-ins of like Undertaker mean face, Steve Austin mean face, The Rock mean face, not. For some reason, Steve Blackman mean face. He's not getting the benefit of the doubt that he'll be one of the last guys in.
They didn't want to pay Steve Blackman a per diem to come in and take the mean face shots.
Yeah. So I thought one of the rules I have for the Royal Rumble is you got to have a good start. Like you have to have a way to pop the crowd at the beginning. And Jeff Hardy, I thought was a really good choice to be number one. Because he is ridiculously over at this point. Then they have Bull Buchanan come in as number 2, and he's part of the Right to Censor, which are takeoff on the Parents Television Council, which was a real thing that was like up Vince's ass about all the love triangles and sedating your wife angles and puppies everywhere that they were doing at this point. And so they made a storyline where it's just a bunch of stuffed shirt dudes that no one likes, and their theme song is interminable, and it's just a alarm,
just a siren.
Yeah, just a siren going off.
It's a long siren. It's really annoying.
Yeah,
and it's Val Venus.
Yeah,
this Buchanan character and the Good Father.
Yeah, they took our porn star and our pimp. And they turned them. They turned them into good guys.
Prudes.
Yeah.
You know what you hate. You know what everybody hates worse than porn stars and pimps? Prudes.
Prudes. Yeah. So then Matt Hardy's number 3, which I thought was also cool. They do the Hardys double team Bull Buchanan, so his ass is out. And then they also eliminate Farouk. They fuck up a move while they're trying to take Farouk out. Jeff slips off of Matt's back. Yeah, they just collapse into a heap. Then
and in between, they're like fighting each other.
Yeah. So they throw Bull Buchanan out, and then they're like, "Well, it's got to be me and you," even though there are 27 other guys that still have to come in. You and I can't. We're bonded by honor to fight each other.
They're consummate professionals. They know what their job is.
We can't just wait to ambush the next guy that comes in. So then at number 5, one of the early storylines here is Drew Carey, who at the time was the star of the Drew Carey Show, and Whose Line Is It Anyway?
All-time run for Drew Carey, bro.
Yeah.
The Drew Carey Show was so funny.
He's a king.
And obviously, Whose Line's amazing. So, if Drew Carey forever has a lifetime pass for me. I've probably watched 7 minutes of him hosting The Price is Right. That's Bob's show. Drew. That's Bob's show.
Yeah, even in death, they should not have it hosted. It should just be that guy who calls the names now.
All the money that they're spending on AI should only be directed towards bringing Bob Barker back to Price is Right, and then stop the AI research.
Right? Yeah. Then burn all the data farms.
As soon as they just nail Bob. Just get out of here. You know what I mean? And I was gonna say, and Norm, nah. We don't know. We don't need more Norm. I love Bob. Norm. Just need Bob.
So Drew Carey has a pay-per-view the weekend before the Super Bowl this year. That's the Doritos Presents the Drew Carey Improv Super Show or whatever it was, but it's a pay-per-view. And so he came to the Royal Rumble to talk to Vince about how to promote a pay-per-view, but he goes to see Triple H first, and Triple H is like, hey, do you want to meet Trish Stratus? I think she'd really like you. And then Vince catches Drew Carey talking to Trish, and he's like, what would be great promotion is if you got in the Royal Rumble. And like, that'd be pretty great. And Trish is like, yeah, that'd be really impressive if you decided to. And he's like, I'm not going to get hurt, right? And Vince is like, we have a lot of fun out there. So, like, those were pretty good backstage segments. He also runs into Kane backstage, and he's trying to like be friendly and talk to Kane in the locker room, and Kane's shining him on, and he's like, "Why is this guy so grumpy?"
What got up the demon's ass?
Yeah, what was this guy burned in a fire, and then his dad lied to him for 20 years? So Drew Carey's out at number 5, and he's like slowly walking to the ring, and there's a little bit where he's slapping the fans' hands while he's trying to stall, which I thought was a pretty good bit.
Yeah.
And he's just watching the Hardys fight, and then the Hardys get on the ropes and they eliminate each other out of the Rumble so Drew Carey can get in, and he's the only guy in the ring.
Sick angle of this, by the way, because it shows like, I don't know who's like getting who ready for a move. I think it's like Matt's getting Jeff ready for a move.
Yeah.
And they're showing just like the floor, and then Matt hits the ground, and then Jeff slams on the ground right next to him.
Flying out of the frame. Yeah. That's
it doesn't, you never even see how it happened. You just see them fly out of the thing.
He probably swantoned off of it because Jeff's crazy. He doesn't care.
That is true. What is he? He wants to win the Rumble. You kidding me?
So Carey's in the ring. He's like glad handing and enjoying himself. And then, of course, number 6 is Kane, which is also another Rumble staple. For wrestling, pretty funny. I'm going to rate this high on wrestling funny. Just the introduction of Kane as the next guy, because it would have to be Kane.
It is funny because
that's got to be Kane.
and Kane takes his time, like in a perfect way. Like it's boom, and then as soon as the Kane stuff hits, it's like Drew Carey's like goes from like celebrating, like hamming it up to oh fuck, and he's like trying to call the Hardys back into the ring, and he's like begging the referees. He follows the Hardys all the way to the ramp. Like he's still in the ring, but like he's just yelling out, come on, help me, please, please. And Kane is just slowly walking around the ring, and then he finally gets into the ring and he does his big pyro explosion, and then it was good. It's good.
Jim Ross says Kane is a carnivore and Drew Carey is a big old pork chop. That's astute observations from Jerry Lawler there. Drew Carey tries to give Kane some money to not hurt him, and then
also a funny move. And I if you squint, you could see that it's like one of the like $2,100 bills too. It's like the money looked different back then. So holy shit, I haven't seen 100 that look like that in a while.
That's an old 100. Kane grabs Drew Carey to pick him up for a choke slam, but luckily, number 7 is Raven. Runs to the ring.
Right. Only Sting's got caca.
Well, did you hear Raven's music is Ravens at the beginning? They're going, go, go.
Of course it is.
And he's brought a kendo stick, so he arrives just in time. They did plan this pretty well, where Kane has got Drew off the ground, and then Raven hits Kane in the back, so he drops Drew Carey, and Drew Carey's like, fuck this, and he eliminates himself.
Yeah, he just climbs over the top rope and gets down.
Yeah, which is also like, depending on the year, that rule works, and then other times it doesn't work. It's just whether or not they want it to work is based on if they have a spot where you can eliminate yourself or not. But I like it. So.
I think that's a good way for it to happen. I wished it was a little more like, I don't know if Drew wanted to throw himself over that thing for real, but like, I wish he had to like actually tumble over it, like he was so panicked that he kind of, but I think it was funny.
He was just trying not to kill himself, getting over those ropes.
He's got to do improv on a pay-per-view pretty soon.
Yeah. So then we hit not necessarily a low point in the Rumble, but the next section is it's like a hardcore subsection of the Rumble, because we have Raven comes out, Al Snow, Perry Saturn, Steve Blackman, Grandmaster Sexay, who are all guys that are definitely not going to win the Royal Rumble.
Grandmaster Sexay hits a very funny like 2 second Running Man. They hit his music. He runs and he hits the Running Man really quick, and then he just starts running again.
Yeah,
he looks like Sean Astin from 50 First Dates.
That's really good. Yeah,
he is very much like, check out these glutes. That guy.
Yeah, he is very a 2001 kind of guy. In this, and you like that gimmick got them crazy over. Like you have to give him credit. Like it worked, Too Sexy Brian Christopher, not over. Grandmaster Sexay, hella over. So
listen, man, like there he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was fun. Before those towers went down, we were allowed to have some fucking fun in this country. You know what I mean?
We didn't have to think about it so much. Those glutes look like they'll take you to Mordor too, by the way. So that's
dude. Can we just 100%? Can we just shout out Sean Astin, bro? I fucking love that guy.
He rules.
Seems like a really nice guy. He was great in Stranger Things.
Always shows up. Always doing his thing.
Yeah, he's fucking Mikey. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I love Sean Astin, bro.
There's some fun stuff in this, but this is definitely like a holding pattern for the Rumble, which every Royal Rumble does have some of this, because once they make it for the WWF, for a shot at the WWF title, you've severely limited the amount of guys that can actually win this match.
You've got 30 guys, man.
Yeah, you still got to have 30 guys. So you got to find entertainment where you can get it. And I thought the mini hardcore Rumble was pretty good. I don't know how Al Snow does the bowling ball to the nuts on Raven and doesn't kill him. I'm wondering what the magic trick is there, but that looks like a spot that hurts.
I don't know. I don't know, because Knoxville did it to Sami Zayn too, right?
Yeah, I don't know how you work it, because they are really rolling the bowling ball.
Yeah, a cup wouldn't really work. It might be like a bounce.
Yeah,
it's probably also really light bowling ball, which doesn't make that much of a difference.
Yeah,
there is a bounce situation though. You know what I mean? Your nuts are on the ground.
Yeah, hopefully you can. I trust Raven. Raven's a worker, so.
It is an interesting thing.
Yeah,
it is an interesting thing. But this wasn't my favorite part. Perry Saturn just creeps me out, dude.
Man, I used to be in the bag for Perry Saturn. He was like my like dark horse guy, where I was like, no man, you don't understand how good a wrestler Perry Saturn is. And that's still true, but I was like, they should push Saturn more. And then I realized, like, they're never going to do that.
No, man.
Yeah.
He looks like the guy you don't want to go into the bathroom at the same time as at the EDM concert. Like
he's an interesting character, but
him and Prince Albert both creeped me out when I was a kid. And I think it was like, I don't know if it's the bald mustache combo. There's I don't know.
You got to drill down on it, see what's really happening there. Kane gets tired of it finally, and he throws every one of these motherfuckers out.
What's funny is right before Kane does that, I'm like, why isn't Kane just tossing everybody out of this ring right now? And then he immediately just throws literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys. Well, 6 guys out of the ring, like immediately.
Yeah, and he Grandmaster Sexay does take a really good bump. For his elimination, he gets hit with a trash can lid and basically vaults himself backwards over the top rope.
It's basically like a high jump, because he gets hit in the head. This physically, it makes no sense. He gets hit. He gets hit in the.
The momentum's going down, but he's going up. Yeah.
And he just jumps. He jumps. No hands touching the ropes. Just jumps out of the fucking ring.
It was really good.
It is a good bump.
And then so Kane's the only guy in the ring, and then number 12. Honky Tonk Man.
Yeah.
And I thought this was good too. Like, you need things to break up the sort of monotony, And like this is another good comedy spot because Honky Tonk comes out, he's got the guitar. Honky Tonk Man only knows one dance move, and every time he does it, it makes me laugh. Where he's pointing like from behind and then also over his shoulder, and he does this shake. Like that's the one move he's got.
It's very, very much just the white bread dance move. You know what I mean? But I just
he's
love
almost flossing, but it's like reverse. You know, like he's. But that's his one move.
I love that he's a professional musician. He comes to the ring. He's like, you guys want to hear me sing my song? He's got a guitar in his hand.
Yeah.
He does not even think about playing that guitar.
Well, and
if you look at the guitar, it's not an electrified acoustic guitar. There's no way, there's no amplification properties in this guitar. He's bringing that guitar to the ring so he could take that motherfucker straight to the forehead.
Yeah. Well, and he tells Kane to take a break. He's like, stand back. Let me.
Yeah, and Kane's
let me do. Yeah.
Like it's just like his standoff. He's like, what the fuck? This is the Royal fucking Rumble.
Yeah, let me do my shit. And so they play the Honky Tonk Man song. Honky Tonk Man does not sing his song. He does not play guitar on his song. The only time his mic is live is when he hits the "I'm cool, I'm cocky, I'm bad" line. The rest of it's overdubbed, and then Kane grabs the guitar and fucking obliterates it over his head and eliminates him. And Honky Tonk Man, credit to him, still takes a pretty good bump over the top rope.
Listen, man, yeah, he did. He did really well there, and I feel like every good Royal Rumble needs a legacy act. You need somebody who hasn't been around for a long time, who everybody remembers and everybody loves. Doesn't have to be a guy who even was as big as the Honky Tonk Man. Like it could be anybody that everybody's like, holy shit, it's him. And then he takes a stupid bump immediately and gets out of the way. But it was fun. Like
it could be the Honky Tonk Man every year. I don't care. It's funny every time.
Bring out Brutus Beefcake in 10 days. You know what I mean?
Every time the Honky Tonk Man's music hits, it makes me laugh. So
yeah, it is funny.
It works.
It is funny that it's like, how did that gimmick like last so long? Like you got to give the guy some credit. You know?
And he's committed. He's got 1 million rhinestone jumpsuits for the Honky Tonk Man. Then number 13 is The Rock. So now we're getting a little bit serious. The Rock gets a huge pop, and now we've got two guys that could legitimately win. Right, like The Rock isn't going to get thrown out immediately by Kane, so we do have a little bit of a pick me up, and then some more. Nothing is coming out. It's next is the Good Father. Rock immediately eliminates the Good Father with the spit punch for extra power. So
what are you gonna do? You're gonna stay in the ring after the spit punch?
After the spit punch.
The Good Father was in for 13 seconds, which I think is the least. Because Taz.
Yeah. Because then Taz runs out looking like a mechanic in his Dickies coveralls. Man, look what they did to my boy. You know,
he looks like
my boy,
a mean baby in a onesie.
Yeah, they like by this time Taz is pretty broken down, but they're definitely not doing him any favors in presentation. You know, and so,
at least it was Kane though. You know, at least he didn't come in and then Bradshaw threw him over the top immediately. You know, like, but this was my problem. I didn't love the hardcore spot, just because I guess it makes it a little more exciting because I was like, I kept going back and forth. I'm like, why are all these people bringing weapons to the Royal Rumble? But then I'm like, you kind of do need to spice up the middle of the Royal Rumble lull. So like, I'll give him the hardcore spot, but the Good Father, Taz, Bradshaw, Albert, Hardcore Holly, K-Quick, Val Venus is a tough run.
That's nobody in that group is making it to the end. Yeah. There's a guy in the crowd that has a sign that says "My crap is bigger than Taz." Pretty good sign.
Very funny. There was also a guy in the that had a sign that said "Somebody farted." Once again.
Yep.
We were a different America back then, man. Yeah. We had fun. There was a guy that just had a sign that said Jeff with an arrow pointing down. That was one of my favorite type of wrestling signs.
Yeah.
It's just the guy's name. Like
I bought a piece of poster board to just write my name with an arrow pointing down.
Yeah.
So I could see myself later when I watch it on
there
video.
I am. See it?
There's Jeff. I'm Jeff. Yeah, this is tough. we get Val Venus, normal guy, in the then William Regal comes in, and this is where if you've watched enough Royal Rumbles or you've watched enough wrestling, the spider sense starts tingling, like they're filling the ring up with a bunch of dudes so that a new guy can come in and throw all those dudes out. And so next, as a surprise, is the Big Show. So the Big Show comes out. We get a huge one. They had sent the Big Show back to Ohio Valley Wrestling to work on his attitude and his weight because he was like kind of slacking off. They thought he was lazy and unmotivated, so they demoted him down to Ohio Valley, the training place they had at the time. And so this is his call back up to the main roster.
Not skinny.
No, but he got a new tattoo. I remember that at the time. The shoulder tattoo was new.
Go down and either lose weight or get a new tattoo.
Got to do something. Learn a new hold. The buddy that I watched this with, when I watched this Royal Rumble live, the biggest Paul White fan in history. He liked wrestling, and so he and I were friends, obviously, because this is the point where I can only be friends with people that mostly like wrestling. But he was like enamored with the Giant in WCW. He's like, he's the biggest guy. Why doesn't he win all the time? And I'm like, well, that's not how it works. Also, he kind of stinks. So, but he just loved it. He was like, the Giant's my guy. And so,
you gotta have a guy.
Yeah, you gotta have a guy, and it makes sense. He's the biggest guy.
Yeah,
he should win, But so whenever we were watching this and the Big Show was the surprise entrant, he like lost his shit. He was so happy he got to see the Big Show.
It's my fucking guy, dude.
My guy's back. How are they gonna throw him out? That was always what he was like. He's so big. How can you eliminate him?
Nothing's gonna ruin this year for me or anybody.
Yeah, everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna stay exactly where it is. Nothing's gonna fall down. Big Show's
everything
gonna stand
tall's gonna still be tall.
Yeah, by the end of the year.
This is a big year for tall things and guys.
So he comes in and he does make an impact. He at least does something cool. He choke slams every goddamn person in the ring.
Choke slams the world, yeah.
Yeah. Some guys take it better than others. He can do it he's doing one-handed choke slams. So like some guys aren't getting up for him, but the Val Venus one looked pretty good. Might have knocked some stuff loose that's coming out now for old Val Boski. But the only guy he can eliminate, obviously, is The Rock. Like, you can't choke slam The Rock.
Too smart.
Yeah.
Too smart. He kicks him right in his giant nuts.
And then the spit punch strikes again, and that mostly knocks him over, and then The Rock runs and clotheslines him out. Now, those two guys had been the last two from the previous year's Royal Rumble, and they did a thing where, like, who landed first, Big Show or The Rock? And they had,
I remember that. Yeah.
And the Rock kills him on the mic. The Rock's making fun of him, and he's making fun of him, like doing this thing, like just eviscerates him. And that probably didn't help Paul White's situation at the time.
Dude, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna go back to OVW, you son of a bitch. I hate Jim Cornette.
And they're gonna make me go down there. Crash Holly. I like that Crash Holly is out next. Not going to win the Royal Rumble, but I like Crash Holly.
Poor Crash Holly, because Crash Holly gets every Royal Rumble. There's at least one of these, the nobody's watching entrance.
Yeah.
Because so The Rock clotheslines Big Show's giant ass over that rope. And then The Rock is like doing his little, celebrating, screaming and all that shit. And then he gets a little bit too close to the edge. Shout out to Linkin Park.
Yeah.
And Big Show grabs Big Show, while The Rock is celebrating, is moving the monitors. We know there's only one reason to move the monitors.
I don't want to hurt this guy too bad. I'm not a psychopath.
So he gets the monitors out of the way because he's a good guy, Big Show. He grabs The Rock by his ankle, pulls him under the ring with some help from The Rock, for sure.
Sure.
And he, as that's happening, you hear Crash, like they show Crash Holly, get to the ring for like half a second, and then they're back on.
Yeah. because they're like,
Uh,
who switched camera two? Who
Yeah.
the fuck switched camera
you
two?
think somebody cares about goddamn Crash Holly? Fucking.
We have to write The Rock out of the match for now because a guy's coming in pretty soon. So Rock gets choke slammed through the table, devastating, destroys him. But they needed The Rock out of there because who's next? Keep rolling, 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 rolling. And on Netflix, Roland's still on there. They didn't overdub it with some generic bullshit.
It was on the YouTube version, which was released by WWE too.
So
I wonder if they probably. I mean, did they use the literal Roland song or did they change it?
No, they used Roland. They also used American Badass.
I remember that. But I'm just
song.
saying, like, did they like add like motorcycle sounds or like?
No, it's just Roland.
Oh, they must have just licensed it then.
Yeah. The Undertaker's out. He takes the shortest little bike ride, which is very funny to me. Like just a little bit down the ramp because he can't go around the ring like he would normally do because the Rock's laying on one side with the table all
That's
broken.
true. That's true. I can't hit Dwayne, man. They'll kill me if I hit Dwayne.
Yeah. He's like, I can imagine him being backstage being like, all right, Mark, do I even bother with the motorcycle? Well, the motorcycle's part of the gimmick.
I have to ride the
I
motorcycle.
am the American Badass. I did bring the motorcycle. Be silly not to. And so it's just like 1 second of him riding this motorcycle down to the ring, and then he has to park it and like put the kickstand down.
I thought he had I don't think he did, but it looked for a second like he had stalled it, and he was like, "What the? What button do I hit?" Like, but I don't think he did. I think Mark knows how to ride a motorcycle. So, but yeah, it was a weird little like abrupt stop, and like, oh, he's putting it there, huh? Like Rikishi might trip on that on the way to the ring.
Just right by the ring post, huh? That's all right. And so then Undertaker and Kane throw out every jabron that's in this match. And it's just the two of them. And then again, the timing of these spots pretty good. Out next, Andrew's guy, robbed of his WrestleMania main event, Scotty 2 Hotty, and the bucket hat.
I was so sure he was going to win.
Yeah. Can't.
I love that he's got the top of the bucket hat cut. Like one of my favorite things about Scotty 2 Hotty. It's almost a bucket hat visor because he has the top cut off just so his super spiky hair can make it through.
He knows he knows comedy. It's funnier if the hair's poking out through the top of it. But
it's just an evergreen bit, man.
But he's like, fuck, is it Kane and the Undertaker? Hold on, let me get closer. No, it is Kane and the Undertaker. All right. I was hoping maybe it was
Fuck!
I was hoping maybe it was a different guy. Jim Ross, maybe he didn't eat before the show, or he's in New Orleans and he's just loving the food culture. But he goes, there are two big men in the ring right now look like they're fighting over the last chicken leg. That's a
lot of food analogies going on with him. He also we missed it with the Rock getting choke slam. He said, let me see. He goes, "The Rock has been broken in half by the Big Show," and then there's a pause, and he goes, "The Rock has been broken by God in half by the Big Show."
Got to put a by God in there.
He's got to sell some T-shirts.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, the Big Show's T-shirt, one of the worst T-shirts of all time. One of the, it's.
I remember it didn't flatter him. I can tell you that.
It says the Big Show on the front, and it's got like his eyes, and then on the back it says it's Showtime. That's a bad T-shirt. I don't know how many Big Show T-shirts were flying off the shelf at that point.
They should have only. If they had any balls, they would only sell the Big Show's T-shirt in like 4X.
Yeah, you can. If you want to be a fan of this guy, you got to be pot committed.
Yeah, like it's just so funny, and he doesn't fit in it. Like Paul is not looking good, bro. I'm looking at him right now in this.
Yeah,
it's like he cut the sleeves for some reason. Like you
got to show the guns, dude.
Yeah, I guess, dude. It's just like, look at this fucking guy in that shirt. Like it's a bare midriff. Like,
yeah.
Somebody get him a bigger shirt, man. Like, how are they gonna?
Yeah,
they're gonna kick him out for being too fat, and then they're gonna give him that shirt.
No, it's more punishment. You have to wear a shirt too small.
Yeah,
can't win.
Paul, he's about to go out. Paul, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? That shirt's not going to work. Somebody, hey, come here.
You can either
Give me the
pick-
shirt that I got ready for Paul.
You can either get this shirt or you can get the one Ken Shamrock wore at WrestleMania 13. Those
Yeah,
are the
or you can
shirts.
get the fuck off of my show. How about
or
that?
you can get the fuck out of here. I'll put Drew Carey back in. So they immediately eliminate Scotty 2 Hotty. They double choke slam him, throw him over the top rope. He does not ever lose the bucket hat though. Consummate professional.
It's probably Bobby pinned onto his head.
Yeah, it's, he hairsprayed the hair and the bucket hat together.
Yeah.
Up next, by God, Stone Cold. The crowd goes nuts, and so now you've got Undertaker, Rock, Kane, and Stone Cold. And one of my
this is when I'm like, oh, this is cool as shit.
Yeah.
That's
one of my Royal Rumble like rules is you have to have between like 5 to 10 guys, hopefully, that you could legitimately see winning the Royal Rumble. So it's not just like, oh, there's one guy that's gonna want to win this thing. And here you've got like legitimately 4 of the very top stars. And the only reason that Triple H and Angle and Benoit and Jericho aren't also in this match is because they wrestled earlier. So like within the Royal Rumble, you've at least got a few options of guys you could see winning.
Yeah.
While Austin's coming to the ring, Triple H attacks him from behind because Austin attacked Triple H in his title match against Kurt Angle, cost him the title. Triple H facilitated the hitting of Steve Austin by a car. So they're in the middle of a blood feud right now.
Yeah.
Austin gets dragged to the back. I think this is probably because he's still getting in ring shape in certain ways, and it also builds heat for their angle. So Triple H beats him up all around the ringside area, busts him open. And Austin hits a gusher on this one. He's just bleeding everywhere backstage.
He's bleeding a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
The Rock gets back in, and then when you know it, Billy Gunn. Never mind, there are 5 guys that can win the Royal Rumble this year.
Yeah. I meant to mention this earlier because the opposite applies to Billy Gunn. Al Snow's punches and kicks looked really good. Like when he came in earlier,
yeah,
he was like throwing them with authority, and they looked like they were actually landing. Like I was really impressed by Al Snow's punches and kicks. Billy Gunn's punches were awful. They were really bad.
Yeah.
Like AJ Lee.
If you had to, if in 2025. Back in 2001, if I had told you between The Rock, Stone Cold, The Undertaker, Kane, and Billy Gunn, which one of these guys would still be wrestling, I don't think your answer would be Billy Gunn.
And you got to throw K Quick in there too, because that's Ron Killings. That's our truth.
Killings, yes, eliminated earlier by the Big Show.
But Billy Gunn is not new at this time.
No.
Billy Gunn, yeah. So like. Honestly, though, you're gonna probably pick Billy Gunn because the other guys can retire.
Right, Billy Gunn still needs that money.
He still has to keep the lights on. You know,
he's got DX merch money from years. If he spent that money, Billy Gunn is a fool.
You think they made that much money from DX merch, like Billy Gunn and Jesse James? Like, I know they sold a lot of merch, but do you think they actually wrote them into those deals?
I'm sure they made a ton of money. That was one of the main things when they broke up. They were like, "Why would we stop the gravy train of merch that's coming in?" In 1999, the amount of DX Suck It shirts and Troop 69 shirts that were sold, it's impossible.
I'm seeing he's worth between $3 and $5 million.
Yeah.
And I'm also seeing $500,000. These celebrity network sites are weird.
He's wrestled for so long.
I know, but he hasn't been like, he's been Billy Gunn. It's not like he's been fucking, he's not MJF.
This is the one Billy Gunn. They've repackaged him, and this is yet another Billy Gunn singles push that will result in nothing for Billy Gunn. Number 29, out of nowhere, I remember watching this live, It's Haku.
And
With a huge
what
afro.
the fuck is the afro?
Yeah.
I was like, Foxy Cleopatra was number 29.
So at this time, Haku as Ming was the WCW hardcore champion, but WCW was in such financial straits that they had Haku on a night-to-night deal, like not a guaranteed contract. And so the WWE, for a surprise, was just like, "Oh, we'll sign you, Haku. Just come over here and vacate the hardcore title." So they plucked Haku away from WCW because
For the Royal Rumble?
For the Royal Rumble as a surprise, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So
listen, I like afros sometimes. It
Yeah.
looked stupid. It looked stupid on Haku, in my opinion.
So and then of course number 30, Rikishi, Bad Kishi, but he's still wearing the thong. He's attempted murderer still in a thong.
You can't take the thong away from Rikishi. What are we doing?
You got to do something, dude, when you become a heel. Got to change it up somehow.
Just get a teardrop tattoo or something.
Yeah. So I guess at this point, Rikishi, no, I was going to make an argument for him being a guy that you thought could win the Royal Rumble, but he could not. So I was really, for a second, I was going to try to go there.
You could, I think you could, because they were really hyping up that he was guaranteed to be 30th. Like,
yeah, but number 30 never wins, or at least at this point had never won. So being number 30 kind of sucks.
Yeah, but it's in reality. But in storyline, like in storyline, 30 is the best. Like you could hear till the cows come home that nobody's won at 30. If somebody said, "Hey, what do you want to come in at?" You'd say 30.
Yeah.
Put me in last. You know.
Yeah, that's the Warlord is always number 30. Like, well, the Warlord's not going to WrestleMania. Steve Austin returns. He's insanely bloody. And then as soon as Rikishi walks over to him, Austin just starts beating the dog shit out of him.
Yeah.
Like outside of the ring. And then he comes in. Now we've got Austin, The Rock, Undertaker, Kane, Billy Gunn. These are our guys. And Haku. Can't forget about Haku. So I was surprised. I forgot because I was like, I knew who won, and I was trying to remember how they got everybody out. And it was like the Undertaker just kind of with very little pomp and circumstance gets sidekicked by Rikishi and gets eliminated.
Yeah.
Like kind of out of nowhere. And then I was like, does he have to ride the motorcycle back up the ramp? After suffering the indignity of being eliminated by Rikishi.
He certainly did.
Yeah.
He certainly did. Actually, you could hear at one point, like maybe a minute after he gets eliminated, they're showing like hard camera, and you hear wong wong wong, and then it cuts to a different camera, and in the background you see the Undertaker ride his motorcycle back up the ramp.
Just thinking about it, man. I almost made it. I almost did it.
It was great, dude. It was great.
So then Rikishi is fighting the Undertaker, Rikishi's fighting The Rock, and he gets The Rock with a Samoan drop, and then he's going to take him over to hit him with the Banzai drop. And what's the one thing you know about the Royal Rumble? You got to get thrown over the top rope.
Mm-hmm.
What's the one thing if you're Rikishi, who I would say has an advantage as far as not being thrown over the top rope? What's the one thing you don't want to do?
Probably don't sit on the top rope or
don't get off the ground.
Yeah.
Like you have other moves. You don't have to. The Banzai drop is not necessary to hit him with. So he goes to Banzai drop The Rock. At least they didn't do the thing you hate where they all have to gang up to throw Rikishi out. This made logical sense.
They tried that with Kane.
Yeah.
When they were in the middle of doing that when the Undertaker came out.
Yeah. Kane too strong. So Rock pushes Rikishi over the top, and Rikishi's like, I can't believe it. My one weakness. They did it to me. Austin eliminates Billy Gunn, who was in the Final Four. For some bizarre reason, he's the fake Diesel of this year, and now fake Diesel in the final three. So there's an awesome shot where Kane is down for some reason, and in one corner is The Rock, and in the other corner, sitting down, is a completely bloodied Steve Austin. Yeah, with the
I've
crimson
got it
mask.
queued up. So we're gonna get fucking. It was my favorite moment of the whole Rumble,
It's-
and then they hook up and start fighting.
It's awesome. They Rock eats a stunner, Austin eats a rock bottom, and then Kane gets thrown through the ropes, not over the top. And so Austin and The Rock are working in the other corner trying to eliminate each other. Kane walks over, throws The Rock out, but not Austin. Austin hangs on. So now the final two are Steve Austin and Kane. And Kane at this point has been in the Royal Rumble for like 50 minutes, according to their count. I don't know what the legitimate count is, but he's in there a while.
It's right because official time for Kane was 53 minutes 46 seconds.
Okay, so yeah, so Kane is the Iron Man, and he got the throw the most guys out award for
by
this.
a lot.
Yeah, for this Rumble. So Kane grabs a chair, and then Austin blocks a tombstone, hits a stunner, and then count them 3 unprotected chair shots to Kane, just right to the top of his dome.
He's got the mask on.
Yeah,
A little bit of protection.
That probably won't come back later to haunt Kane. And then Austin clotheslines him over the top and eliminates him. The crowd goes nuts. Austin is like apoplectic. He's so happy that he won, and because his entire thing is like, I have to become the champion again. I've been gone, and I need to reclaim my throne. And he's like, I'll do anything to win the Royal Rumble. I'll do anything to win the title. This Royal Rumble still hits. I think it has most of the things that I really like about the Royal Rumble. It still drags in parts, but I don't know how you fix that, because the match type is just going to have that.
It's nearly impossible. You're not going to have 30 red hot stars. You're not going to be able to, like, they did a really good job of mixing in storylines. Like, they start off with the Hardys, and then it goes to Undertaker and Kane, and you got the hardcore match in the middle. Like, I think it was really well structured to kind of mitigate some of that. There was like only a couple of like annoying, like bad spots, and you're gonna have your run of guys who nobody gives a fuck about, and just get them out quick. Like, unfortunately, Taz was out in 10 seconds, but like, I think you probably could have gotten somebody else out in 10 seconds. Fucking Val Venus is in this match for 10 minutes and 22 seconds. But it might be because Taz is literally 5'4" tall,
Right.
And everybody in this Royal Rumble at the time was a monster.
Yeah.
Like, what's he gonna do?
Yeah.
He's gonna do single leg Kane. So like,
well, and they teased Austin and The Rock. Like they kind of give you the direction that they're going, and you get a little bit of it, but they don't give you the full thing.
And you had other storylines bleeding into it, with the Triple H beating up the Austin on the way to the ring, and Austin still prevails because he's Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like, you got a lot of stuff.
The Big Show was a fun little surprise. Like he got to dominate for 2 minutes, and that looked cool. Like, there was enough in it to keep spiking your interest up that I think it makes for a really good Rumble. As far as the show goes for ratings, we get the tag title match got 2 3/4 stars. The tag title match is less than 10 minutes, so that's pretty fair. The ladder match for the IC title got 4 3/4 stars because that match is awesome. The women's match got a half a star, but that's mostly storyline, so you could go ahead and skip that one. The world title match got 3 3/4 stars, and that also has a whole bunch of run-ins and shenanigans and shit. That's your like sports entertainment match, and it's with the guys that you care about, and it was like, it's a fun watch. And then the Royal Rumble got 3 1/4, which I think there are higher ranked Royal Rumbles by Meltzer, but like, this was really entertaining. It's hard to keep this entertaining for an hour, and I really didn't feel the time of this Royal Rumble because they kind of spaced everything out, and they gave you little like tidbits in between to keep you entertained, in between the big stars. So I would say that this was successful. And of course, this leads to The Rock the next month at the No Way Out pay-per-view, main events with Kurt Angle for the WWF title, and Steve Austin and Triple H have an awesome 3 stages of hell match. That's one of my favorite matches of all time. I keep trying to find a way for us to watch that one, but it's like 45 minutes long because there's 3 matches in it, you know.
Yeah.
But The Rock beats Angle, and this was like maybe not the first time because I'm 16 or 17, but like I could see the math that they were doing to get to, like, how they reverse engineered this thing to get us to the main event of WrestleMania 17, which is The Rock and Austin in the Astrodome, you know, where I'm like, okay, so Austin wins the Rumble, and now of course The Rock's going to beat Kurt Angle for the title, and then that's how we're going to get to WrestleMania. And I thought they did that really well as far as giving you the roadmap to it, and then paying it off where you get Austin and Rock in this epic main event. The buy rate for WrestleMania 17 is 1,040,000. I assume that's domestic buys, but like, and WrestleMania 17, one of the best WrestleManias of all time, you know, has the Hardys, Dudleys, Edge and Christian triple threat ladder match, TLC 2, which rules. You, for whatever weird reason, I think it's Kane, the Big Show, and Raven in a pretty fun hardcore match. Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit is on this show. Like, they really still laid out a bunch of things to optimize this pay-per-view, and they were on such a hot run. And then you put the 2 biggest stars on the on the main event, you know. Really, it was like the perfect culmination of all these things, and the towers were still up, so everything was great.
You know, that's the biggest thing, I think, is that the towers were still up. I looked at last year's WrestleMania. Would you guess last year's WrestleMania? I mean, not WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, last year's men's Royal Rumble, or this match is longer?
Oh, I believe last year's is longer.
Last year's men's Royal Rumble was an hour and 20 minutes long. It was 20 minutes longer than this Royal Rumble. When you have another Royal Rumble on the show.
Yeah, now they have 2 Rumbles every time. That's
you went 33% longer than the good one. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I just don't. You got to tighten that up, man. An hour 20 for a Jey Uso victory. All respect to him, is not as cool as 1 hour for Stone Cold Steve Austin victory. You know what I mean?
Well, and they've started doing more elaborate, like when it gets down to the last 2 guys, they have like a whole mini match with a bunch of teases and stuff. And I think at a certain point you overdo that, because I like, give me a couple minutes, you know. Like a perfect example is that the Survivor Series we watched a few weeks ago, where they did the Bret Hart Ted DiBiase little match at the end, and that's like 3 minutes, and it was really entertaining and exciting. But if that had been 10 more minutes, it would have just been too long. Like, you know, and it starts to stretch the even within kayfabe, the like, aren't these guys exhausted? Like, they've got another 20 minutes in them.
Well, like I said, I mean, the show opened with an hour and 10 minutes from the women, so like, it's just, I just don't understand going an hour and 20 minutes. But maybe 2001 Royal Rumble was like exceptionally short for a Royal Rumble, and it was more, like, it was more in line. Let's look at 2024's Royal Rumble was an hour and 8 minutes.
Oh, that's a little tighter, and I believe that had a really good. I think it was Gunther and Cody Rhodes at the end, so they had like a little mini match, and that was pretty good.
2023 was an hour and 11 minutes. So it seems like they're going for that, an hour and 10, an hour and 20. Yeah. Give me an hour. Give me an hour.
Like
get
most
fucking people out of there.
Yeah, like most things, tighten it up. Give me, you know.
Maybe they just don't have a Kane and a Big Show, like somebody to go in and clean everybody out, because that saves you minutes just getting everybody out at one time, you know.
Well, I think at least in the women's Rumble last year, I remember at one point being like, there are way too many people in the ring right now. Like, why hasn't somebody come in and done the throw everybody out spot that gets somebody over. Like that's an easy way to give some pub to a person that's not going to win this match.
Nia was at Craft Services.
Yeah, they're like, you're 27, and she was like, are you sure? We aren't eliminating people until number 26. So, all right, we were still a proper country back in the January of 2001. I pulled the top 10 movies from this weekend.
That was before the world stopped turning.
I'm gonna say you've seen. Well, I have the top 15. I'm gonna say you've seen 5 of these top 15 movies
from 2001.
From 2001, for the end of 2000 into 2001, because there's some sneaky ones in here that I think are going to make the list that you otherwise wouldn't have watched.
Is Minority Report on there?
Minority Report is not on there. That is 2002, I believe.
Okay.
When Minority Report comes out. Number 1, a movie I saw in the theater because I had a crush on Julia Stiles at the time.
Save the Last Dance?
Save the Last Dance.
Goddamn. I've seen it. I mean, my sister was obsessed with that movie.
Yeah.
So I don't remember sitting down and watching the entire movie in one sitting, but I've seen every part of that movie multiple times. So
in part, in assembly cut, you've seen the whole thing.
Yeah.
Number 2, a movie I'm sure you've seen, Castaway.
Hell yeah, dude.
Pretty good movie.
Great movie. Love that one.
Yeah.
My dad, every time I watch Castaway, he goes, you know what I would have done?
Open that package.
Him and that girl that he was delivering that package. I definitely would have opened the package. By the way. He's a fucking idiot for not opening. But my dad always goes, I think they should have added a part where him and that girl that he delivered the package to get together.
Well, your dad's a romantic at heart,
Dad, this movie's already pretty long.
Yeah. That he's got to tell her about all the time. Then she's going to have to mourn the volleyball, but it doesn't mean as much to her as it does to him, clearly, obviously. And so she's never going to understand that. That's going to make it hard for him to relate to women again. A
Castaway too, where he decides that he can only live on islands now.
Yeah. I have to go away. I'm going to say 2 movies you haven't seen are 3 and 4, Traffic, the Steven Soderbergh movie, and Snatch. You might have seen Snatch.
You like Dags?
Yeah. I forgot Dags.
I've seen Snatch, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen the whole movie. I definitely sat down to watch Snatch, so I'm counting it.
I need a trailers from my mom. Number 5, What Women Want, the Mel Gibson movie, Normal Guy.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, where he hears women's thoughts. I thought that might have snuck in just as like a family movie at the time.
No, I remember that was like a big thing, but I was just slightly young. I was 11.
Okay.
So like,
Finding Forrester
or 10.
You're the man now, dog. You see Finding Forrester?
I don't think I've seen that.
That's Anthony Hopkins finding out we're not so different after all. You and I.
God, I'm glad we're done making those movies. That's the one good thing that 9/11 killed was those movies.
Trying to understand each other.
Suck it, Hillary Swank, you asshole.
Number 7. This might be one. Miscongeniality.
I've seen that one. Yeah,
okay,
for sure.
Yeah.
I had a sister.
Number 8, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I don't think that's made the list. Number 9, 13 Days, a pretty good little drama about Cuban Missile Crisis. I don't think you've seen that movie, probably.
No.
You know what? Number 10 is a little sneaky. You might have seen number 10, Double Take, which is I believe, Eddie Griffin, Orlando Jones.
Orlando Jones.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give myself credit for having seen this movie.
Okay.
But anytime I saw Eddie Griffin in anything, I tried to watch it, and I loved Orlando Jones growing up. Yeah. So like, I've probably seen a bit of this movie, but I don't remember enough to. No, I'm not gonna give it.
It's probably bad. I remember laughing at the time. I remember having a good time watching it.
Listen, I was a huge Blue Streak guy.
Yeah, that's. Number 11, The Pledge, Jack Nicholson movie. Bummer of a movie. Don't think you've seen this movie.
No.
Not seen it. Number 12, I think it might hit you. The Emperor's New Groove.
I definitely saw that one. Yeah.
Really funny. Good movie.
Shout out David Spade.
Number 13, The Gift. Weird movie. Don't think you've seen that one.
No.
Here's where I'm gambling. because I think this is a what women want. I'm putting my money down, but I think this is more family friendly.
How many am I? How many do I have so
let's
far?
see. Emperor's New Groove. We're not giving you credit for Double Take. We're giving you Miss Congeniality,
Yeah.
Snatch,
Yeah.
Castaway, Save the Last
and Save
Dance.
the Last Dance.
So,
So I'm at 5.
You're at 5. So if you exceed my expectation,
Okay.
The Family Man, Nicolas Cage. It's a Wonderful Life kind of situation.
No.
Okay.
No, I never saw that one. So
That's
you
a good
nailed
movie.
it.
Yeah. Number 15 is Chocolat, a movie you haven't seen, I'm sure. A movie I've never seen, but I remember the one good Jimmy Fallon joke that I remember is him on Weekend Update saying, I went to see Chocolat and it was so chalk and long and so chalk and boring that I asked for my chalk and money back. And I was like,
that's funny.
I was like, okay, I like that.
That is funny. I was going to say Fallon's funny when he has writers, but he has writers for his late night show.
Yeah, yeah. And then the number 1 album, there's not a lot to discuss here. An album. Actually, I don't know if you had I assume you had this album, but this is because you're a huge fan of this band. You might not have needed it. It's the
Blind Melon.
No, Soup by Blind Melon. Number 1's The Beatles.
Oh yeah, I had that at one point. I did. How did I get that? Did I have it? I think I might. I think I might just had it on my Zune.
Well, one day we'll have to do a quick side pod of all the bets you made on the alternate technologies.
I had 3 Zunes
that didn't hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not an iPod guy, Zune guy.
Zunes were cool. They were good, man.
Yeah.
They just lost.
Yeah.
They just lost. They didn't have the wheel.
Yeah. Sometimes you just lose, you know.
Sometimes you just lose. I had a Dreamcast. That was fucking the Dreamcasts were awesome, dude.
Dreamcast a superior machine to the PlayStation, but sometimes you lose.
Sometimes you lose. Sometimes you don't get the porn on there, you know?
There's a really funny, that we could cut this, but there's a really funny Paul F. Tompkins bit where he's talking about working at a Betamax store years after Betamax had lost to VHS. For some reason in his town, there was still a Betamax video store. And he's like, the people that come into the store, they have to justify the fact that they got a Betamax. And they're like, man, I hope this movie's good. Even if it's not, it'll be a joy to watch with all the extra lines of resolution. And Paul Tompkins goes, are you telling you or are you telling me? So that's sometimes you're better, you just lose. You know?
I just happen to lose often.
Yeah,
but
man of alternate history. I remember the Beatles' one album being a big deal.
Yeah.
Because that was sort of an introduction to the Beatles for me as far as like all of the various hits. You know, because it's like, it's cool to hear their career even in that format where you just hear their number ones and you can still hear all the changes from the Mop Top Beatles to the end, basically. You know,
it's so crazy, crazy how quickly it happened. That's also what she said. Before we go, I had one question, wrestling centric.
Okay.
Who's the greatest non-Andre Giant of all time?
What do we?
I don't count Undertaker.
Okay, I was going to say
you got to be taller than Undertaker.
What do we count as giant?
We're counting Kane.
Okay.
We're counting Big Show. We're counting fucking Great Khali. We'll throw Omos in there.
Okay.
We're throwing. You have a genetic condition that makes you super stupid tall, right?
Yeah, Giant Silver.
So I think it's got to be between Kane and Big Show.
Well, I don't think Kane legitimately is taller than the Undertaker. He has lifts and issues.
Oh, he's got lifts.
Yeah, braces on his legs.
So it's got to be Big Show then.
It's pretty much, at least in America, it's got to be the Big Show. That's got to be Big Show. Yeah, man, longevity of career, titles won, main event programs, like, and when he was a young, spry Big Show, he was a really athletic wrestler. You know, I don't know. The sad thing for the Big Show, I think, from my point of view, is like he was never able to put all the stuff together at the same time. Whenever he was not physically broken down. He was not mature in the wrestling business. By the time he got mature in the wrestling business, he couldn't do the same stuff that he could do that he was younger that was impressive. But, and he also got hurt by just a million babyface and heel turns. Like they were constantly turning the Big Show and the Giant and like that hurts you as a character.
Yeah.
But
you don't have an identity at that point.
Like he's in the Dungeon of Doom, then he's in the NWO, then he's not in the NWO, then he's back in the NWO for whatever reason.
He was a crony quite often.
Yeah, he suffers from cronyism.
Yeah.
But it's because he's so big. They're like, who's a really hot babyface or who's a really hot heel that we have, but he needs a group because he needs a big fucker. And it's like, Chris Jericho, put him with the Big Show. They wanted to put CM Punk with the Big Show at one point, and Punk said no. And he just ends up in groups because he can be the heavy, but that doesn't help him.
Yeah, I'm seeing probably like 6'8" for Kane. So
which
he does
is
not
still
count.
certified big fucker.
Certified, but it is not a giant.
Also funny in this, I didn't mention earlier, this is, I believe, Kane 2.0, because now he's got the straps on his gear so you can see both of his, both the guns. Because initially, one of his arms was terribly disfigured. And then they cut that sleeve off and it was like, oh, it's just fine.
It's just fine. You know what? He's like, you know what? I never thought to look.
Yeah. Paul told me that it was disfigured. I just believed.
I've always washed that arm with my eyes closed. I was terrified to look at it.
I have to put a trash bag on it when I use the shower, like if you had a cast. This is not.
Yeah, I mean, look at the difference in size between these two guys. Hold on. I forgot how small the Big Show made Kane look when he got into the ring during this match.
Yeah.
So,
well, and Albert's like a big guy. He's not.
Albert is pretty freaking big. Would you put Kane over Big Show if Kane qualified?
Yeah, I'd put. I mean, Kane and then obviously the Undertaker both go.
Yeah, if they both qualified, but yeah. I would. I think it's moderately close though, because I mean, like the Kane was very much tied to the Undertaker storyline. I know Big Show was like tied to a lot of different storylines, but he kind of was like still carving out his own way as he went. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Kane. Well, I guess Big Show too. Like Kane has a lot of fun, wacky shit that they've had him do over the years, and like he's been involved in a lot of storylines. And just like the Big Show, like even if he's doing silly shit, they can turn in a second to like being serious and taken seriously because of how big they are. Kind of Mark Henry also is like, if you want to make Mark Henry serious, it's not a long walk to get it to a believable point of him being able to whoop somebody's ass, Yeah,
and Kane is like the quintessential scary entrance. Like if you hear, like, even the Undertaker, they didn't use it in the same way they used Kane. Like, case in point, the Drew Carey situation was like, who's the scariest guy we could have come out and scare Drew Carey, and it was obviously Kane. So
that's
all right.
So yeah, but if we're disqualifying Kane and the Undertaker, then it's Big Show, and being third, if we include Kane and Undertaker, isn't bad. That's not a bad spot to hit.
Being the Giant has been a genre of wrestler for a long time, so being the greatest, except for the one undisputed GOAT of Giants, which is Andre, obviously.
Yeah.
And we never got to see Andre when he was that. Like, we just saw Andre when he just was a big name who couldn't move. Like,
I saw a video of Andre doing a tombstone to somebody the other day. Young Andre, spry Andre.
I want to see, like, they say that he used to like drop kick people. I want to see that too.
Yeah, definitely. But I think he broke his ankle like 1982, and I think that started the downhill for Andre, who was already getting up there in age, and his back was already messed up, But young Andre's like a phenom. It's wild how kind of athletic he looked even as a giant guy,
Yeah.
But Yeah, this is not one of our normal typical deep dive episodes, but we wanted to watch a Rumble because the Rumble's coming up, and we're, what's one of the best Rumbles that we could watch, and has a lot of fun characters and stuff. So we decided to go with this one. I hope everybody liked it. We'll be back again next week. Like Andrew said, follow us on all the stuff, and let us know what you think. If the Big Show is the greatest giant of all time, just want to hear your input. We're not worried about bean soup.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.